So, Garaa of the Rage made a video about Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox Series consoles, and covered a bunch of PlayStation fanboys on his channel. I talked about it and shared his video on my community post. I'll put the link of that video in the description so that you guys can go see his video. But there was one specific thing I wanted to cover about Gar's video, is that in that video he said that when his video reaches 1,000 likes, he'll be buying a VR headset so that he can play VR games on his Saturdays and Community Days live streams. Now, Garaa never specified which VR headset he'll be getting, so I'm going to give Garaa a solid here. Garaa of the Rage, if you're watching this video, I want to tell you this. If you're gonna buy a VR headset, I would highly and strongly recommend buying a Meta Quest 3. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Raymond, why would I want an Android-based VR headset that does not match the horsepower as a gaming PC? Well, let me answer that. If you really think about it, the Meta Quest 3 is the best VR headset that you'll be getting compared to other VR headsets. The Meta Quest 3 is completely standalone, just like the Meta Quest 2. So that way, you do not need any external hardware or a console or a PC to use it. It is completely standalone. Yeah, I know, realistically, it would not match the horsepower of a desktop gaming PC or a PlayStation 5, but it still offers many of the same features for the same price that other headsets go for. You get a very high resolution at 2064 by 2208 per eye, running at 120 Hz refresh rate, which gets handled automatically depending on the game or app that you're using. It has 512 gigabytes of storage, and it has a Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 chipset. The Meta Quest 3 also has a huge library of games such as Batman Arkham Shadow, Beat Saber, Tetris Effect, The Climb 2, Grid Legends, Exo Cars, Resident Evil 4, Metro Awakening, Skydance's Behemoth, Grimlord, Mudrunner VR, Bulletstorm VR, Triangle Strategy, Myst, Riven, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, and many others. You can even play Xbox games on it with your Xbox Game Pass library, provided if you have Game Pass Ultimate to cloud stream them. And since the Meta Quest is Android-based, you can set it to developer mode to install SideQuest. SideQuest allows you to sideload games on your Meta Quest, games that are not officially on the Meta Store. So you can sideload games like Half-Life, Quake 1, Quake 2, Quake 3 Arena, GZ Doom, Doom 3, Tomb Raider 1, Star Wars Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and you can even sideload emulators on your Meta Quest to emulate Game Boy Color, Virtual Boy, PlayStation Portable, and Nintendo 3DS games on the Quest. And as for PC compatibility, because of the fact that the Meta Quest 3 is standalone, just like the Meta Quest 2, you are not forced to be tethered to your PC. Maybe Meta thought this too, because the Meta Quest has multiple methods of connecting it to your PC. So you can use a link cable to connect it to your PC, or you can use a wireless connection via Steam Link and Virtual Desktop. And if you're a Linux user, like me, you can also connect it to your Linux gaming PC via a cable or wirelessly using ALVR as well as Riven. And if you want better graphics or better performance, you can actually buy graphics and performance thanks to an application called Quest Games Optimizer. You can buy Quest Games Optimizer from itch.io for $10, and at the time I'm making this video, it's been discounted, so you can buy it for $7. Once you do that, you can just sideload it onto the MetaQuest using side quests, and now you can select graphics and performance profiles on your MetaQuest. And the best part, the headset is affordable. For a standalone headset that uses a mobile chip at $500, that's actually a reasonable price for the amount of stuff you'll be getting. Trust me on this, Garaa. You'll be getting a crap ton of games, apps, and features for the price you'll be paying. Now, I just want to let everyone know I am not in any way endorsed by Meta. Don't get me wrong. Meta has problems. Like, a good amount of problems. But I always appreciated Meta for making really good standalone headsets than people gave them credit for. We all made fun of Mark Zuckerberg for his abysmal business tactics, or how the metaverse is just a poorly implemented game. But when you look more into their headsets, the MetaQuest line of headsets are really good headsets that are lying underneath the cracks. And so, I am not making you buy a MetaQuest 3 or anything. I'm just letting you know, if you're in the market for a VR headset, even if you're not a big VR guy, I would still think that the MetaQuest 3 is the best entry-level VR headset. Unless you want the OLED screens, haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, or eye tracking that you would find on the PlayStation VR 2, the MetaQuest 3 is the best headset when it comes to value. And another thing worth mentioning too is that the MetaQuest gives you freedom of use because it is Android-based. Yes, technically, you are not finding another standalone VR headset like the MetaQuest 3, other than the Pico 4 Ultra. But even then, I don't think you can get the Pico 4 Ultra here in the United States. So again, Garaa of the Rage, even if you are not a VR guy, and if you want to get started with VR, I would seriously consider for the MetaQuest 3. And like I said, Garaa, I am not endorsed by Meta in any way, shape, or form. Trust me, Meta has a ton of problems, I know. So if people come by and see this video and think I'm just trying to sell you on it, well, I am, but I have no reason to. I'm just letting you know it's a damn good deal for the price you'll be paying for, because they're giving you a lot for the money you'll be spending on. Alright, with that being said, I want you guys to give Garaa of the Rage 1,000 likes on his Helldivers 2 Xbox video. He said that if his video gets 1,000 likes, he'll buy a VR headset. The man absolutely deserves it. So again, Garaa of the Rage, if you're watching this video, this is for you. I'm gonna do you a solid here. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification bell. Don't forget to check out Garaa of the Rage's video and give him 1,000 likes. The link of his Helldivers 2 Xbox video will be in the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. This is Raymond YouTube 1, and I'm out.